right, we are now joined by head coach Nate Oats. While we get him framed up, just a reminder to use the raise hand function if you have a question. If you use your raise hand function, we will get your question taken. Looks like we are all set. So we'll have Coach make his opening statement, and then we'll go ahead and take some questions after that. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, got 2 home games left this year, so this is a big one. It's senior night. Hopefully we get the students come out strong, support these seniors. Have been a big part of what we've done here. You know, all of them have really just played the last 2 years. So if you look at our record in these last 2 years, it's pretty good. I mean, I think we got a 72% winning percentage over the last 2 years in conference play and in regular season play. That's pretty high for this level. So, you know, each one of them, you know, Javon, Keon, and Rojas have all contributed different ways, but been a big part of what we're doing, what we've done, where we've brought this program since we've gotten here. So be great to honor them tomorrow. You know, and then obviously we've got the one last home game after that during the week. So this is a big game, though. Obviously, you know, us and South Carolina are both tied 5th place. You know, we're both still fighting for seeding. They're playing well. They just handled Mississippi State fairly easily. They're tough. They're hard-nosed. They're really athletic. Just like all Frank's teams, they play super hard. So, you know, we're going to have to bring it again. I thought we saw improvement in the defense against Vanderbilt. We're going to have to see even more improvement against South Carolina. And then hopefully our offense continues to keep coming. We got to get our turnovers down. But, you know, it's a big game for us here Saturday.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go ahead and start with questions. Charlie Potter, lead us off.
Coach, you mentioned Keon. You know, just how have you seen him progress over the course of his career, and what has he meant to you guys both on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten a lot more aggressive offensively over the course of his career. He's gotten to be a much better defender. He had the capability when he came in, and you know, last year's first year with us, you know, he didn't play a ton early in the year. I think he kind of found his niche. You know, if you play really hard and come in and lock people up, you know, you're going to play more minutes. So he found a pretty good role. You know, his role increased this year, and at times maybe he struggled with it, and we struggled finding him as many shots he needed, but he's gotten more aggressive. We've done a better job getting him more shots. He's one of the most efficient players in the country. Doesn't really take bad shots, you know, and he's good on both sides of the ball. So he's been big, kind of at that big guard spot that can make shots and guard multiple positions. You know, and I really happy we got him out of junior college. He's done really well for us here.
Mike Rodak.
Yeah, just about to ask about the junior college aspect too, between him and Rojas, and even going back to Jeremy Harris at Buffalo. Just what appeal do you see to those guys coming out of junior college and maybe being able to play right away?
Yeah, I mean, we did well with junior college players at Buffalo. You know, Jeremy Harris was great for us, was huge against Arizona in that NCAA tournament. You know, we had Dante Carruthers was defensive player of the year in the league back there. Kid Montel McCray started for us, junior college big. David Kadiri. I mean, all the way back to our first year, Blake Hamilton hit a shot to send us to the NCAA tournament. Willie Connor was like tournament MVP. He was JUCO kid. David Kadiri started for us. I mean, we had multiple junior college players that played for us at Buffalo that did really well. So when we came here, you know, Rojas had been committed to us at Buffalo. We thought, you know, the toughness he brought to the floor and the skill level as a big, you know, would fit in well here. So we brought him with us. You know, he obviously had the knee injury, couldn't play in year one, but I think he has brought that toughness. You know, you see, he's taken 5 off-ball charges more than anybody else on the team, and he's only played half the year this year. So, you know, I think junior college kids have a little bit different perspective. One, I think they appreciate the amenities and everything you get here at a high major place a little bit more than maybe some other guys. They've had to go on some long bus rides. They seem like they just appreciate the opportunity. They've got a chip on their shoulder. You know, maybe they were overlooked. Maybe, you know, different guys had to go junior college for different reasons. You know, we just signed Nick Pringle out of junior college. He went to a Division I school and then, you know, played his, you know, some guys go. He went to a mid-major and then he went junior college. Now he's going high major. We've had some guys like that. You know, Keon ends up going junior college. I think he was going to end up at maybe Gardner Webb coming out of high school, if I remember correctly. But goes junior college, and now he ends up at Alabama. And now he's starting for Alabama. He's one of our best players. So, it works for some guys, and some guys are in junior college because they've got a lot of red flags. We try to do our homework, make sure that we're not taking kids with a ton of red flags, and that's why they're in junior college. We want kids that are in junior college for other reasons, and I think Keon's a great kid. If you know our program at all, he's one of the best kids we have in here. Rojas is a great kid too. He's one of the better leaders we've got on the team. If you know Nick Pringle, the kid we recruited in, great kid. We've done a pretty good job. And Brian Hodgson, my assistant, came from junior college, so he's got a really good feel for junior college, and we just want to make sure we bring the right kids in, both talent-wise and attitude-wise and character-wise, and I think we've done a pretty good job with that with our junior college kids.
Okay, next question. Let's go to Tony Tsoukalas.
Hey, Nate. Javon and Keon are both on the senior day list, but it's kind of expected that all four of your guards are going to pursue professional opportunities. Is that something that you advise, and have you talked with them about maybe the urgency that they have to play with this next month to kind of, improve their draft stock or their professional career stock?
Yeah, I think after the season we'll sit down and go through with all of them what makes the most sense, but all four of them have indicated that they're going to look at that, I would guess, based on feedback they get. Some are staying, maybe all staying. We don't know. We'll kind of evaluate that after the year. The one thing I do tell them is, and it proved true last year, the more this team wins, the higher their stock goes. Like, at that level, they're paid a lot of money to find winners. So if we didn't win at the level we won last year, Josh Primo doesn't go 12th in the draft. So right now, the best thing they can be doing for their stock and their future is doing whatever we need them to do to win games. Because if they prove that they're capable of helping a team win, then their stock goes up. So, whether that's, they all need to play defense. At that level, you got to be able to guard your position. So they all got to be able to play defense. You got to move the ball and be unselfish. Pretty much whatever you need to do to help us win is going to improve your draft stock. So I think they're all in the right frame of mind. I think, Quinterly just had a great game at Vanderbilt. JD's playing as hard as he's played all year. Shaq's been playing well. He's had a couple down games over the last month and a half or so, but he's been playing pretty well for the last month and a half for the most part. And Keon's, I saw a graph come out, he's like the most efficient wing in the country. So I think they're all trending the right direction. We just need this team to continue to trend the right direction. I just think it'll help all their stock. And it's our job as coaches to put these guys in position to achieve their dreams and their goals. So, us putting them in a position to go do what they want to do after they leave here is part of our job. And I think they're all in a pretty good spot right now. They got to continue to get better, and we got to play better as a team and win as a team here moving forward at the end of February and March.
Next question, Nick Kelly.
Yeah, you mentioned on your show, I think this week, that how big it was that Noah Gurley's coming back. Two questions, if I could. One, since you got to see him a few times go against you guys, do you remember the moment when you're like, yeah, it'd be great to get this guy on our team? And the second question being, how have you seen him progress throughout the season?
Well, the first one, I don't really have a moment. Like, we're not one of those programs that can go recruit a kid off another roster. If they go in the portal, then we're going to look. Now, as soon as his name went in the portal, obviously registered to me as that kid that we had a tough time guarding when he was at Furman. So, but I didn't, when we watched him at Furman, I wasn't thinking it'd be great if we could get him here. Me and Coach Rich here are actually pretty cool. I've talked to him quite a bit. I talked to him with the Noah thing. I talked to him after we played them, before Noah even came up. So I'm not going to go pursuing kids off somebody else's roster, if that makes sense. I'm not really looking at other rosters in that regard. So hopefully that kind of somewhat answers the first question. And then how has he progressed since he's gotten here? Well, I think he's gotten more comfortable. He's gotten better with going against athletic bigs on a night-to-night basis. I think when he first got here, he played well against high major teams when he got here, but at that level, we were at that level at Buffalo. You get 3-4 high majors in the non-conference, that's it. Well, here it's almost playing high major every night out, especially when you get in conference play, you are. So you're playing against high major athletes every night out, and you got to bring it on a daily basis. So I think he's got more comfortable with that. He's also gotten much more comfortable in our offense, figuring out where his shots are going to come from, when he can go to the post, when he should be popping, when he should be rolling. He had to get more comfortable in the system. So I think, obviously from day one next year, he's going to be a lot more comfortable in the system and have a whole year where he can keep progressing. But he's come a long ways. I mean, go back a few games ago when we beat Arkansas here, he scored 2 buckets back-to-back in the post, scored our last 4 points of the game. We were down 1 late in the game. He scored to put us up 1. He scored again to put us up 1. I mean, he had a big game for us. So he's gotten a lot more comfortable in the offense. He's gotten better defensively, and he's gotten better with the physicality of the game as well.
Our last question will be a follow-up from Charlie Potter.
Because you just said physicality, just what stands out about South Carolina when watching film? You talked about having to play better defensively. Is that kind of where that starts?
Yeah, I mean, they play super hard on the defensive end. They force a lot of turnovers. They come at you. They're tough. They're physical. They foul a lot. They foul a lot because they're physical and they're tough and they get into you. So they just, they're going to end up fouling you more. So, our guys are going to have to be tough. We're going to have to take care of the ball. We've had some issues with turnovers. They turn people over a lot. On the offensive end, they're going to get to the offensive boards. Pretty much anything tough in the game of basketball, a Frank Martin coach team is going to be really good at. So that's where South Carolina's at. Rebounding, turning you over, guarding you, being physical. They're good at all that stuff.
All right. Thank you, Coach.